Welcome to Avenger Park this afternoon, Saturday afternoon, NPL Victoria action. Mark Van Aken with you here at Avenger Park in Parkville. And we're going to have a moment's silence, of course, for Anzac Day. So a minute's silence, of course, for Anzac Day coming up tomorrow. Right across Australia, remembering the sacrifices that many have made for Australia over the years, particularly back in World War I, but that is, of course, carried through to many other conflicts over the ages. Take you through the Avondale Avengers lineup. Number 2, Scott Hillier. Number 5, Matthew Heard. Number 9, Liam Boland. Number 13, Dylan Towns. Number 14, Blake Carpenter. Number 17, Philip Ricobeni, who I suspect might be wearing the captain's armband today. And number 19, Brandon Lundy, amongst others. Yazid Sayed, Dylan Yakubi, Rory Bryan and Joseph Kasabian. And for Dandenong Thunder, the visitors who've made the trek right down the highway today to Parkville/West Brunswick. Francis Sile, Dow Akoy, Jamal Ali, Keegan Sheridan, Mercer Mehmet, Paul Kaol, Ali Soleimani, Joshua Maker, Aziz Liron and Nalio Bonzaga. As you know, just approaching winter here in Melbourne. That winter grass here at Avenger Park just coming through. Just plenty of green, but just a tinge of yellow. That doesn't mean it's in bad nick. It means it's in good nick. It's the winter grass that has become so popular amongst many NPL teams in recent years. And we're about to get underway. Of course, Avondale drew last week, 1-1 against Port Melbourne. And we're underway. Not too many Dandenong fans here, but they're certainly full of voice this afternoon. Miller just sending that one out. And Kasabian was the man who sent that one out for a throw. We've seen in the early going this year in the NPL Victoria that home ground advantage has not necessarily meant a heck of a lot. But you think this afternoon, of course, 14 clubs in the NPL, 2 from Dandenong. For those watching outside of Melbourne or Victoria, Dandenong, an outpost of Melbourne. Big centre. As that one comes inside. Now Dandenong. They attack through Kale. Still Kale. Got the hairband on. Kind of a bit of Pat Cash going on, and the whistle goes up. And the whistle blows for that one. Thunder, of course, in a absolute nail-biter last week, winning 4-3 against Hume City, 4-3. Will we see 7 today? Something in me doubts it. More evenly matched, you'd think. Avondale have certainly made their intentions clear since coming up to the top flight in the last 4 or 5 years. As you can see on the far side there, little temporary grandstand here at Avenger Park. Beautiful little vista for this one. That one might run too long, it does. Into the beer garden here at Avenger Park. And calls of handball, and the referee agrees. So the free kick coming the Blues' way. The Azzurri, if you will. All the way back to Hiller. Hairy moment there for almost a second. Yakubi gets them out of jail there. The Avengers. So a bit of a temperate early start for these two sides. Thunder enter the tie just outside the 6. Just 1 point adrift. Well, Avondale, pretty positive start to the season so far, but they're sitting equal with Oakley, the Melbourne Knights, and Heidelberg United. Bit of a logjam towards the top of the table. South Melbourne out on top at this stage. If they want to press into that top 6 and beyond, an important afternoon for Avondale. Ricobene retreats back. Ricobene again. Out to Hurd. Hurd will have to mop up again. We'll look for a more successful ball. Look for Boland. Boland didn't quite have the first touch there. Now Towns. And Boland almost in a kind of wrestling kind of move there against Sheridan. And the home fans not happy about the treatment for Liam Boland there. Coming from Keegan Sheridan. Some fans saying, maybe you should go on the other side, mate. Straight down line. Will it run? It won't. A few bodies in the box. Eventually cleared there by Hurd. Sayed. Long one through for Boland. Controlled it off his chest, but not quite to the ground. Play on is the call. Sayed again getting Avondale out of jail there through the midfield. He's been active early in the opening 7 or 8 minutes of this game. And you've got to love the headband there. Ankyo. That one will run all the way through to the keeper. Now Avondale on the attack, out wide on the left. So far they've favoured our commentary position. Through the middle on the right. Now exploring the left. All the way back there for Hurd. Here he is again. Now Ricobene just sells a dummy. Then goes vertically out to his right. They go from right to left now. The Avengers. This football pitch has had different tenants at different times, but of course Avondale have made it home and have made it a fortress over the last couple of years, it must be said. And there were some elbows flying about there, but none connected. And the Thunder, they go forward. Through Mika. Joshua Mika, the man attacking for a second there for Dandenong. A team that has tasted grand final success in the last decade. At this level, the VPL/NPL level. The famous red and black stripes. Now Ricobene. That one just seen out on the far side from our commentary position. Mark Van Aken with you. NPL Victoria into our 10th minute. 0-0 here at Avenger Park. Right on the banks of the Mooney Ponds Creek. Basically in the heart of the old Commonwealth Games village from 1919, showing my age, 2006 rather. Great community club that it is. Now at Avondale, they try to attack. You've got to say it's kind of been a bit of middle of the road for the most part. Avondale have attacked in parts so far. All the way back out to Hurd. Hiller back to Hurd. And the Avengers look to reset. Right to left, left to right. Now down the right-hand side, that one had a bit too much mustard on it there for Yukupi. And now Dandenong Thunder can counter. Will the ball run for them? It will. Mika, cross the face, almost a shot, follow-up shot, ooh, just left of the goal there for Dandenong Thunder. And after Avondale, wouldn't say dominating, but certainly controlling possession in the opening 10, 11 minutes of this game, it is Dandenong Thunder that fire the first shot in anger, so to speak. right across the face. Certainly gave Scott Hillier something to think about. We speak about it week in, week out here on our NPL broadcasts. And don't forget, each and every NPL Victoria game in the top flight can be seen via Facebook and YouTube. Not just live, but also on replay. So if you're sick of hearing me, you can flick over. I'm not sure there's another game going quite right now, but certainly more games tonight and tomorrow. And, of course, the lower divisions and, of course, the NPL, which is not lower, we must add. The NPLW, we've got some games there as well. So we've got your football fix well and truly covered here with Football Victoria. Koi. Down the line. Probably sent that one a little bit too far. Still gave the home side something to think about. And now they have to think about a throw in dangerous territory. It was on till it wasn't. That throw comes down, intercepted intermittently. Dandenong Thunder, can they follow up here with a big shot? And just off the crossbar and living very, very dangerously there, the Avengers. Just over the top of Hiller in the Avondale goal. And after almost a quarter hour of control, not dominance, control, they nearly found themselves, as rain starts to fall here, they found themselves in some sort of bother there, got to be said. Breeze coming in from a southerly direction, which is left to right of screen. Not that it affects football ever so much, especially now that the rain is coming in. But it's just going to make those tackles a little sloppier. It means the players just need to be a little bit tighter with their control. That one will go, that'll be a Dandenong Thunder throw there. As Paddo checks out the footy scores. I think the Cats are home, Paddo. Neither of these sides anywhere near there at the moment. 0-0 into the 16th minute. And that one will roll all the way through. Solid attendance this afternoon for the Avengers as they get at their adopted, newish home, I guess you'd call it, here in Parkville. Long-time listeners to this broadcast would know how much I love saying Rico Bene. Now, the Avengers, bit of a tackle there. Might have been Lundy that went down for the Avengers. Boland. Oh, that first touch is not going to be friendly for Avondale. They'll still get the ball back regardless. Might have been Yukupi, and another roll of the dice, so to speak, for the Avengers. Corner kick to come for Avondale. Most of the troops at the near post. That's where the ball went, but Dandenong Thunder were equal to it. Now, on the counter, what can they muster? To Bernarda. And Bernarda just absolutely gazelle-like down that left flank, and really kept the Avondale defence at 6s and 7s for a second there. They live to see another day. As we approach 20 minutes here at Avenger Park. NPL Victoria, Mark Van Aken with you. You stuck with me all afternoon long. Rico Bene, of course, still waiting for his brother to return. That is still some time off, I'd imagine. Here he is again. Good through ball. Just trying to skin them down the left there. Avondale. They win themselves, I think, a corner. Certainly a throw. I'm thinking a corner. Yes, it is. Apologies, folks. I've got a post right in front of me there where that was out. But, yes, that's definitely a corner now for the Avengers. What can they muster? Again, their troops marshalled at the near post. That's where the ball goes. And Dandenong Thunder's defence is well and truly up to it. Only in so much as giving them another kick from the corner. Can they do better this time? One of the sponsors' boards gets thrown away into the 6-yard box. No good. They still attack. Bodies going everywhere. Balls going everywhere. For a second there. And Avondale, no clear-cut chances there, but certainly gave the visitors something to think about as they now come down. So a moment of sustained dominance right now for Dandenong Thunder. Right in front of our position here. Avondale again. Dandenong have had some defending to do. Avondale on the attack. That ball went skew-iff off the side. Little touch there from Towns. And just a bit of a ooh from the crowd. Our pro Avondale crowd here. And again, so they're really piling on those corners at the moment, Avondale. Avengers looking to go 1 goal up against Dandenong Thunder. That one, that's right in the middle, parried away, and they'll see it clear. So they haven't quite got their radar on this afternoon thus far, despite the number of corner kicks that the Avengers have had. They really haven't capitalised on those thus far. Rico bene. That only went as far as Ali. And a bit of a clash in the middle there, and a clash of bodies. And, well, I think it was Matthew Hurd came piling in there. And what will the referee make of this? No doubt he's going to find a foul. Will he go for his pocket or not? Seemed innocent enough. Just a clash of bodies, but certainly getting plenty of advice from the grandstands, and there's definitely a Dandenong Thunder player who I can't identify at the moment. I apologise. Who's well and truly to the ground. And it looks like it's Mika. He's been lively so far. Not a massive knock. You think he might just have a bit of a jog around the touchline. In fact, not even that. And he's ready to come back on. Some more heavy contact there from Dandenong Thunder. That one deemed legal by the referee. Just a good, hard, honest tackle. You get up, you wuss. That's the call from the crowd. And Dandenong, that was pretty innocuous there. It must be said there from Mika, the man who was fouled a few moments ago. But they've now copped 2 or 3 little fouls in the space of a minute, Dandenong Thunder. And you wonder if that plays on the referee's mind a little bit. And Liam Boland is basically putting himself above this. That's about the range he scored that absolute worldie for Green Gully back in the FFA Cup many years ago. But you'd think it's pretty unlikely from there, but it looks like he's going to have a crack. In fact, he will have a crack. Boland has a crack straight in the wall and right into the back of the net. And why did I doubt the man? Liam Boland has put the Avengers in front right here at Avenger Park. 1-0. It took a deflection, I think.
Number 9, Liam Boland.
And just
Dandy Thunder, 0.
Into the 26th minute here. Avondale. You can't say it's not deserved. Dandenong Thunder have had their moments, but Avondale have dominated possession in the opening half hour here, and now they are goal up against Dandenong Thunder. Avondale 1, Dandenong 0. Mark Van Aken with you, NPL Victoria. And straight into action, not resting on their laurels, are Dandenong Thunder. And, a little curveball in there. And they almost equalised there within the space of 30 seconds. The Dandenong Thunder through Ale Soleimani. It was an enterprising opening, 20-25 minutes. Avondale had the best of it. And on balance, not to upset our Thunder watchers or listeners, I think it was probably a deserved goal at this stage. A deserved goal. Plenty of football to play out. Still an hour to play in this game. Can the Thunder get back on equal terms for the home side? Almost put it to bed at 2-0. To be continued, of course. The referee has blown his whistle. Will he go to the card here? Plenty of advice from the sideline saying he should. I just think he may not. Might just be a little bit of a warning there. In fact, he's let it go at that. Now the Thunder. Can they counter? Good ball in the area. Not over the top. Just runs lame. In fact, now in the hands of Amedi. Amedi again. And just an incidental contact there, but I reckon they might be just really trying the ref's patience at this point. Nothing gilt-edged, but just little niggling little tackles here and there from both sides. Might just try the ref's patience a little bit. I think it might be Leron over the ball. They'll look for numbers to float into the 6-yard box here. Dandenong, they're on. Good ball, good curling ball just over the top of Hiller's net. And they live to see another day here, the Avengers. They maintain their 1-0 advantage here into the 31st minute of the game. Tangle of bodies there. Sheridan mixed up with Bolins. Dandenong take the quick play. Boland didn't like it. It matters not. In front of the grandstand side here. Dandenong Thunder, you've got to say, since the goal, they've looked enterprising. It's almost like that shot them into gear. And the referee again blowing his whistle. Not reaching for the card. Kasabian. Hurd all the way back to the keeper. Keeper's ball again. Now Hurd through the middle. And it's almost like Avondale seem to be impatient at the moment. They're one goal up. They're the ones really being impatient, looking for that second goal, while Dandenong are methodically looking for an equaliser. Keeping, of course, I should say, that we're not too far away from half-time. 12 minutes before half-time. And would be a time for the Avengers just to keep their heads. Don't rush that second goal. Of course, my job is not to come here and coach either side, but Hurd again. Long one. Down the line. Can they square it? Good work there by Yakubi to square it up. They still got possession through Kasabian. Hiller. Boland just bowled over there. Went to ground and now, well off his line there, the keeper. Needed to time that to perfection. He did. One slight mistake there, and they were going to be in a world of pain there, Avondale. But they weren't. It was timed perfectly. And now the first yellow of the card. The first yellow of the game being shown there for Dandenong Thunder. Enough was enough for the referee. I was talking about it. There was niggles from both sides. All it would take is one little tackle that's slightly over the line, and it would draw the ire of the referee, and there it was. Almost route one down the right. Does that count? As the Thunder come back the other way. A lot of pressure there from Mika. Certainly not showing any signs of that injury earlier in the half. Now, nice and long, and the flag goes up for offside from the assistant referee. Avondale fans did not agree, but looked a little bit too good to be true, that little run there. So we'll trust the assistant referee there. That's Cole. A little run there for Dandenong Thunder. But you just sense at the moment, Dandenong Thunder are just... They're sticking their thumb in that damn wall. The old Dutch children's tale. And you just think another goal from Avondale will just see the dam completely open. But they've got to work for it. Dandenong are defending stoically at this point. Stoically. think both teams are really testing the referee's patience at this stage. Did have the pleasure of speaking to the refs before the game as I was getting the team sheets, and a few little off-the-record tales. And yeah, it's not a charmed life being a referee, that's for sure. But they enjoy it nonetheless. They do it for the love of the game and for fairness and equity, as much as many of us think they're biased towards one team or another. I can tell you these guys certainly are not. As they come again. Avondale. Just a scramble in the box, the 18-yard box there. Kind of ping-ponged around a bit. Nothing really particularly great. Just wonder at half-time, which is only 7 or 8 minutes away, if we will see some substitutions. You think not at this stage. As we know, coaches or managers or trainers, whatever you want to call them, typically want to make a change around the hour mark. As Pato watches the goal review here. Luckily in our game, we don't have to worry about if someone's touched by a whisker, a ball from 75 metres away. Bit of an in-joke for Pato and I, but so the Thunder, they've weathered the storm. In fact, they've looked lively since copping the opening goal of the game. Right through Mika. Well done, Mika was the call. Probably before he even touched it. Bonata had it, lost it. As did Saeed. And the throw will go. And I think we've identified some of our Dandenong Thunder fans in the far corner there. Freeway side, if you know this ground at all. There's only a dozen, but they're making some noise out there, especially when there's a throw right in front of them. Nothing came of it, of course. Heard. Not sure that was a legal throw, but anyone who listens to me often enough knows my bugbear about foul throws, because I'm pretty sure I've got the world record for foul throws. Heard. And now they come again. The home side, the Avengers. Went down the right. Was not the good option. They're going to have to go all the way back to the keeper. And under pressure there, he's actually done very, very well to keep that ball in play. Tick over 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Wouldn't imagine more than a minute of stoppage time. Thus far, anyway. A lot of work this afternoon for this man, and he might get some more in a second. Certainly hasn't been on one side of the fair. That one shot to the right, to the left, I should say, of the goal. And just outside the mitts of the keeper. Must have got a touch on that one because it will be an Avondale Avengers corner kick now. Can they double their advantage just on the knells of half time? It's getting a bit dark this afternoon here at Avenger Park. Corner in the middle and straight into the midst of the keeper. Can the Thunder Paul Kyle there asked to control things. And was that Suleimani? Pulled that across. And certainly some arguments there from Bernarda thinking it might have been a corner kick going Dandenong's way. Referee not having a bar of it. That will go straight back to Avondale. Now 2 minutes of play here in the first half. Paulie, as they call him. The big man, Paulie Kewell. I just love the headband. Can he score today? Can he get back level? Or can he get his side back level? We'll find out. But they counter now. Avondale. Right down the right-hand side there from Yukupi. Headed out of harm's way for Dandenong. Another chance running straight into the hands of the keeper. And now the home side just happy to control the ball to see it through to half-time, which is only seconds away. And that ball just sat in that 18-yard box for a desperate amount of time there. Boland controls it. Then loses the ball. Tuckle coming in there from Sheridan. Into stoppage time now. You'd expect that whistle at any moment now. And you think Avondale knows it. They're just happy to control the ball, see it through to half-time with 1-0 to their favour. And there it is. So half-time here at Avenger Park. It is Avondale 1, Dandenong Thunder 0. Enterprising opening half. A deserved, you must say, lead for the home side. Mark Van Aken with you, NPL Victoria. We'll be back for the second half shortly. And just about back underway here at Avenger Park. Liam Boland getting us underway. And I can tell you, since we last spoke, 15 minutes of non-stop rain here at Avenger Park. I seem to bring the rain to this venue as Thunder from the get-go. They're looking for a goal right from the start. Bernardo was the man they were looking for. Ricabeni put in his bum by Bernardo, and now the referee pulls out the yellow card, and that's the first one going the way of Avondale. Ricabeni still down. And clearly a good dressing down. I think it might have been Towns, the man seeing the yellow card there. Here in the 46th minute of the game. Ricabeni still not... I thought he went down a little too easily, but it appears it was actually quite a genuine injury there for Felipe Ricabeni. And he'll actually have a walk to the sideline with the physio. As Dandenong, can they equalise pretty much straight away in the second half here? Mark Van Aken with you, NPL Victoria. Rain now streaming down here at Avenger Park. Straight in the wall there from Mehmet. From Mehmet. And that one has just gone straight in the bounce, and a lot of concern from both, not just the Avondale players, but also the Dandenong players showing a bit of concern here. So let's have a zoom in on this one. And that looks concerning in the early going. Trying to pick up exactly who the player is. Is it Boland? I think it might be Liam Boland. We know he's probably the tallest bloke on the field. So if someone's going to get their head to the ball, it's him. And Liam Boland has been absolutely blindsided by that one. And it's not looking fantastic, I've got to say, at the moment for Liam Boland. And as these conditions get a little bit harder as the stretcher comes out, you'd think he's probably got a bit of concussion going on there, Liam Boland. So I'm fairly confident in saying we won't see him again this afternoon. He's been a obvious route to goal so far for Avondale. But he won't be for the rest of the afternoon. He's kind of just getting his head above the ground, but I think he's probably best advised to not try and get up at this point and just let the medical staff look after him. And only a few minutes into the second half here, it would seem Liam Boland's afternoon is arrivederci. Gets a clap off the ground, and as the gates open. And will that trigger an instant substitution from Avondale? I'll just watch the fourth official for that one. In fact, we might have already had one, as our ground announcer just looks for his microphone. He might be able to help me. And it does appear there has been a substitution for Avondale. Don't forget, They're a goal to the good. 1-0. And we found our mic. Didn't quite catch the fourth official because it was a very quick sub. Because obviously the Avondale bench knew immediately that it was something that needed to be tended to sharpish. And we actually have some more movement now on the Avondale bench as well. And it looks like no substitution as yet. So playing with 10 men at the moment. A 1-goal advantage and 10 men for the Avengers. Laid down, and that one just shot in anger there from Suleimani and well wide of the goal.
Substitution now. Number 9, William Bowler, being replaced by number 12, Christos Theodorakopoulos.
So it's Christos Theodopoulos coming on for Liam Boland. Bit of a delayed reaction, which was necessary just for the Avondale staff to work out exactly what was going on with their striker. Had threatened for a second goal in the opening half, had Boland, as had plenty of Avengers players. But the Thunder, it must be said, after that first goal coming in the opening half hour or so, they really started to get on top for a little period of time. They certainly didn't, withdraw back into their shells. They played some expansive football but could not find that equaliser. And as we see the weather coming in, that might be a yellow card. It will be. And that might be Marafotti. I won't repeat what some of the Dandenong Thunder fans are saying. Should be revenge for that tackle, but we are going to see that. I spoke about the agriculture of this ground. It's a winter grass. It's a strong grass, but it is pouring rain. It's kind of ceased. In fact, we can see some sun on the horizon. I'm not sure you can pick that up on our camera, but during half time it just poured down. So we are going to see some slippery tackles in the second half, and that means defenders or attackers who defend just need to be a little bit more careful how they approach things. Almost 10 minutes gone here in the second half. It's still Avondale 1-0. Sweeping kick all the way back to the middle of it. Gobene. And a little shove in the back. And those are those little niggling tackles that I spoke about that are going to start to mount in the mind of the referee throughout the afternoon. 3 p.m. kickoff, of course, today. We've ticked over 4 p.m. here in Melbourne. And those autumn nights become winter pretty quickly. We've had a big burst of winter at half-time here today. That ball just a bridge too far for the Thunder. Way too long. Headed all the way back to the keeper there. Dandenong Thunder. One of two Dandenong teams in this 14-team NPL Victoria comp. Just a heartland of football. That one runs long. Oh, and Mika just about got on the end of that. Mika, I'm not sure what to make of his surname because I've got different people pronouncing it different ways. Just below us here in the commentary position. But he's one hell of a player, that's for sure. And is he the man who can break the deadlock here? The rain has ceased, I can tell you that much. It poured down at halftime. The rain has ceased. And the surface, as I said, it's a winter grass. It will dry up pretty quickly. And now it's time for some football to be played. As the Thunder try and do just that. Ricobene almost saw it out. And now Dandenong can attack. Rare time in their attacking half. In the opening 11 or 12 minutes of this second half. Down the line now, Carpenter. Carpenter could not get the job done there for Avondale. And you've got to say, since scoring the goal, Avondale were on top, on balance in this game. They scored the goal. But then Dandenong Thunder came back with a full frontal assault. And I've got to say, Avondale haven't been quite the same since. Really need to collect themselves, understand, yes, you're a goal up, but 2 goals up or 3 goals up would be nicer. Vice versa, Dandenong can smell a counter goal. And that's all it's going to take to absolutely open up this encounter here at Avenger Park. Some heavy contact there. Assistant referee not buying. Avondale just seem to have lost their shape, their purpose, their formation. Ironically, since scoring the goal, Dandenong have been, from this commentator's perspective, on top since the goal. What they don't have, though, is a goal. They're down a goal, 1-0 at this stage as we approach the hour mark of this game. So half an hour to play. Do we have another goal in this game? Shouts of handball there. More ball to hand versus hand to ball. Something Graham Arnold doesn't seem to understand. Redica Bennett. And they've done well there. Jamal. Did beautifully down the right there. Jamal Ali. But just couldn't connect with another red and black shirt. And it's now Avondale's job to methodically work it out from the back, through the middle. Now they're in. Ali through the middle, looking to square it up there for Bernarda. Ali did well. He skinned one, skinned another. And then Bernarda almost probably didn't expect him to actually get the ball to him. Just needed to curve it past the keeper into the back of the goal. It could have been 1-1 here at Avenger Park. That said, we're at the other end now. Avondale. Poor first touch. Mopped up by Towns. Now Carpenter. Towns again. Goes out wide, takes a bobble. And again, just a little bit too clever by half there, Avondale. Maybe over possessing the ball. Touch. Take a pass, touch, take a pass. Ricabene, 6s and 7s. Suleimani's working into the box for Dandenong. He was there at the far post. They couldn't find him. And more Dandenong start to threaten. The Thunder threaten here at Avenger Park. And we will see a substitution now for Dandenong. And it's Dao Akoi, number 25. Coming off for, I think, I was going to say Giuseppe Marafotti. Apologies. So, apologies, folks. I'm not entirely sure. I thought that might have been Giuseppe Marafoli, but I thought Giuseppe was already on the ground, but I could be completely wrong. Luckily, whether you're watching us on YouTube, streaming live, on Facebook, streaming live, or watching the highlights, of course, you have the luxury of jumping on to Football Victoria's website to work out who exactly is who. I'm Mark Van Aken with you, NPL Victoria. As Hiller sent that one through, it's going to come back to Hiller. Here he is. And just a clash of boots there for Lundy. They want to get on with it pretty quickly here, Avondale. They are 1-0 leaders in this game, but they seem to be the team that's really pushing for this second goal at this stage. Just want to really get that 2-goal advantage, maybe to take some sting out of this Thunder attack, which is coming. And almost came there through Ali. .25 minutes to play here in the second half of this NPL Victoria clash. Two of the big clubs in the league. And a shot in anger there for Avondale. From Yazid Said. as that one just rolls. So I've spoken about it. Dandenong have probably had the better of it in the second half, but Avondale going agonisingly close to a 2-goal lead just moments ago here at Avenger Park. Clash of bodies there, and looks like the referee's going to pull a card out. He will. He will show the card to a Dandenong player. I'll wait till he gets up before I can identify him. Apologies, folks. Seemed like a bit of a 0-0 draw, that one, but and it looks like it's Bernarda, the man who's seen a caution from the referee. They come again, Auricabene in defence for Avondale. Touch over 20 to play here. Plenty to play out in this encounter. Will the home side keep the 3 points? Can Dandenong Thunder get a valuable point away from home? Or can they snatch victory? You'd say on the balance of today, probably not. But, as I said, plenty more to play out this afternoon. As that one just crosses the face of goal. Another ball in, seen away. And now Thunder can attack. Down the line. Ricobeni had the elbow out in a good kind of way. And now Dandenong look to square it. Can they score here? They've got to score there. They have to score there. And Daniel Bernarda has absolutely, he had an eternity of time to just size up the goal. It was one-on-one with the keeper. And they were absolutely out of order there, Avondale, in terms of their defence. And Bernarda has slot one home. I was talking about it. It was kind of coming. It wasn't gilt edge coming, but it was coming. And all of a sudden, the crowd comes to light on both sides. Whether you're a blue or you're red and black, both sides are up and about right now because we are 1-1 with 20 minutes to play here at Avenger Park. So all of a sudden, Avondale, from having that slight but comfortable 1-0 lead, all of a sudden they, just like Dandenong, after they scored, are on the attack. There's a sense of urgency in this game we haven't felt for the opening 70 minutes. Now the Thunder, they attack down the left, and it'll roll over for a corner kick. And there's not many here, I've got to say, Dandenong Thunder fans, but they are here and they are in voice. Don't worry about that. Had the majority of the corners so far, Avondale have typically put them far post. What can Dandenong Thunder muster up here? Right in the middle, parried away. And a handball seen there by the referee. Certainly the Avondale fans saw that one. Let's see. Long ball there, a little bit too ambitious, looking right down the line for Yukupi. And that's where Avondale just need to be patient. You're at home. No need for those long balls. Plenty of football still to play. 20 minutes or thereabouts plus stoppage time. And the last thing the home side needs to do right here is panic. But Dandenong's job is to make them do that. Now, the Avengers straight through the middle. Thought the ball was going to come through there for a second. Right into the middle. Just amazing the amount of space Bonata had, Bonata had for that goal, the equalising goal for Dandenong Thunder. It's like the world kind of stood still for a second and the defenders didn't pounce on him. And that one goes across the face. Dandenong, I'm not quite sure what they wanted there. They've got the goal kick. Saying there might have been some tugging of shirts. One all in the 73rd minute here. NPL Victoria. Mark Van Aken with you this afternoon. As this afternoon becomes this evening. And as the clouds kind of lift. We'll probably pick a little bit of those up on our broadcast, but the clouds are lifting. The sun is somewhere through there. But you dare say it will set before we get to see it this afternoon here at Avenger Park. Anzac Day weekend. Of course, had a minute's silence before the game. Don't forget, Avondale have not lost a game for quite some time. And they sit in second position, equal, essentially, coming into this round, that is. Equal with the Melbourne Knights, Heidelberg United and the Oakley Cannons. We're only a couple of months into the season, but the ladder is starting, or the table, whatever you want to call it, is starting to work itself out. And what it's working out is that this side, who are on the attack again, are one of the better teams in this comp, and just hits the side netting there. Just pummeled into the right corner there. Did it take a touch? It might have. It did. So that will be a corner kick. So another chance now for Avondale to put themselves once again to the advantage point. Up 2-0. But so far the corners have not been fantastic. That one goes far post. Keeper saw plenty of it. And now they want to counter. They want to counter quickly. Kasapian just handing off there to Carpenter. And talk about that sun, and that one is going to fly not quite right at us here in commentary, but seen well and truly out. And I reckon we've got a pretty enticing 14 minutes plus ahead of us here at Avenger Park. Comes over the throw there. Right down the line. And as we see, still plenty of time in this game, but both sides getting a little edgy, starting to play some longer balls through. Kasabian. Still Kasabian. Oh, blocked a shot. And that's copped another player. And it's gone the back of the net, but the flag is up. So the Avondale cheers are stopped for a second. And we have a Dandenong Thunder player who I think absolutely copped one in the bonce from a Kasabian rocket towards the goal. Looks all right, getting to his feet. Pretty quickly. Bit of feeling in this match. It hasn't been a niggly match, not too many tackles, nothing sort of nasty, but there's still just a bit of an edge to this game right now. As it's in the balance, we're stuck at 1 goal apiece. So player just temporarily taken from the field, waiting for the ref to bring him back into the field of play. And I can tell you it was a Dandenong man. Grandstand close to packed here at Avenger Park this afternoon. And as I said, we've gone from streaming rain to bright sunshine. In the later moments of this game. 11 plus change to play here at Avenger Park. It's Avondale 1, Dandenong Thunder 1. The Avengers scoring in the first half. Controlling much of the play, although Dandenong did make their way back into the game. And then shortly after half-time, just 10 minutes in, it was Bernarda. And almost another goal there for Dandenong. Just streaming across the face there was Bernarda. He wanted a brace. Wasn't forthcoming, but he was very, very close. Can they counter now? Avondale. Again, right across the face. Looking for Ali. And that shot might land somewhere out on the Tullamarine freeway. Unfortunately for Avondale there. Ali was the better option, coming in a little bit earlier. There's nothing like a goal, or 2 goals in this case, to really curb a game. A game that has been far from pedestrian has all of a sudden, as that one goes across from Suleimani, put everything in it, but he kind of just had the ball half a pace in front of him. Didn't quite get the power behind it. Put it right across the face of goal. But it's been far from pedestrian, but this game has definitely gone up a notch in the last 10, 15 minutes. Both sides now stuck at 1-1 can sniff. They don't want a point. They want 3 points. And how valuable would 3 points be away from home for Dandenong? Dandenong Thunder, that is. Simple adage in football: win at home, draw away. And if you can pinch a couple of points away from home, well, why the heck not? And they're looking at that. That said, Avondale on the attack now. Square through the middle. Oh, just seen off the line. Beautifully done there from the defence there from Ali. In fact, it was Ali moving into a goal-scoring position. Might have been the better option. But again, this is what the game brings. It brings panic. It makes you second-guess yourself. It makes you, whatever the opposite of that is, it makes you first-guess yourself. And sometimes the first instinct is not necessarily the best instinct. But that's what happens when you get late in a game. They go again. Good work there. It was Carpenter, was it? But the referee saw a foul a little bit earlier and blows the whistle the opposite way. So back underway at Avenger Park. Avondale 1, Dandenong Thunder 1. Mark Van Aken with you. NPL Victoria action. That squared up. Might have just copped a little bit of a nick there. Now the Thunder. Good first touch. Bernarda. He's our goal scorer for the Thunder this afternoon. He's threatened with a couple of others. And right across the face, Dandenong Thunder fans wanted a foul. And I guess in that part of the pitch, a penalty was not forthcoming. And it would have been a harsh one, I must say. And that one just runs short for Avondale. 5 or 6 minutes, I reckon. Not too many. Oh, little touch there. Touch from Kasabian. Good first touch, good second touch. Third touch just eluded him. And if it didn't, you may well see Avondale 2, Dandenong Thunder 1. As it stands, it's 1-1. Kasabian hasn't been up and about too much this game, but has certainly made his presence felt. And that one is fired way over across the goal. Almost a waste there for the attacking side. As we see a sub coming on now for Avondale. And it's going to be Ricabene making way. Certainly been amongst it for much of the game, Felipe Ricabene. Only a few minutes to play in regulation time here at Avenger Park. Can Dandenong Thunder score one against the Grain? Can the home side pinch one themselves? It's been a very even second half here at Avenger Park. Almost a game of two halves. Ironically, it was Avondale, the home side, well and truly on top for much of the first half till they scored. And then Dandenong Thunder worked their way back into the game. In the second half, they've got an equaliser. And it's been kind of, unless I'm seeing a different game than you at home on Facebook or YouTube, as this one runs long again, straight to the mitts of the keeper or the foot of the keeper. Pretty kind of even kind of game. As we said, Avondale came into this round essentially equal second. Not essentially, they were equal second. Coming off a 1-1 draw against Port Melbourne last week, the Thunder, they were winners in a blockbuster against Hume City, 4-3. I don't have the live ladder up with me, but certainly the Thunder, plenty to play for this year. But Avondale have title aspirations, and as we start to get into autumn, into winter, into the real thick of the NPL season, these are the kind of games you've really got to win at home. And they've still got a few minutes to do that. Can they produce it? Right down the end. Reminding you, of course, Liam Boland basically knocked out in the second half here for Avondale. It's taken straight from the field and didn't look in a particularly great way. Hopefully just a head knock and something he will shake off in a week or two. But their main route to goal, the big fella, is not there at the moment for Avondale. I'm going to keep an eagle eye on the fourth official for the next minute or so. Want to see how much stoppage time we're looking at as we enter 10, 9, 8, 7, etc. into the 90th minute of the game. In fact, we're there now. Avondale on the attack. Seen out beautifully there by, I think it was Mehmet. No, it wasn't Mehmet. Right across the face. A few nervous moments there. Referee wasn't buying a second of it. That's for sure. And my eagle eye on the fourth official has come up with nothing because I didn't spot the time added. But you wouldn't imagine it to be a super amount of time, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Not many subs. Yes, 1 or 2 little injury concerns. In fact, there it goes, 5 minutes comes up from the fourth official. So shows what I know. So 5 minutes to play here at Avenger Park on the banks of the Tullamarine Freeway, basically, and of course the river. Here in Parkville, Commonwealth Games territory, the old Commonwealth Games village. We're basically in it right now from 2006. Football, of course, not a part of the Commonwealth Games, ironically, given the Commonwealth Games are British. But anyway, that's some commentary for some other time. Great ball in, seen away. Dandenong player down, back of the net. In fact, that back net is down. They come again. Avengers. And that ball, well, it seemed kind of lost, but it almost found Towns. And Towns will now take the throw. Is this a last roll of the dice? So Towns gives up the ball. Out wide now. That's Towns again, in fact. Scotty Hiller just came in like a bull in a china shop then, but did well. And the throw coming Carpenter's way again. Straight into the box. Plenty of arms around him. Still manages to get the ball around. Just chested down there by Yakupi. And Yakupi to take a touch. It did. So, a corner kick now for Avondale. It's probably almost the last roll of the dice for the home side. We're into the 93rd minute. Minute or two to play. Still 3 players back, well, 2 players back rather, for Avondale, including Towns. And that was a poor corner, it's got to say. Only went to the near post, fired back in, nowhere near it. And can Dandenong Thunder now pinch one on the counter? Took a deflection. They're going again. Flag goes Dandenong's way. Play on is the call. They still go the Thunder. Can they snatch 3 points away from the Avengers here at Avenger Park? Not on the basis of that. Kasabian sent that one through. Little back heel there from Hurd. Towns forward. Seen out there by Ali. Good work again there by Scotty Hiller. And that one goes adrift. And we're into our last minute of stoppage time here at Avenger Park. And unless there's a miracle coming for one of these sides today, we're going to finish 1-1. Right around the neck. They come again, Avondale. Good shot in the back of the net, and can you believe it? With literally 30 seconds left on the clock, Avondale have grabbed the 3 points. They've been better on balance, but Dandenong Thunder have given value this afternoon. Make no mistake about it. And Dandenong Thunder, their players are on the ground, hands on hips. And Christos Theodopoulos has banged one home in stoppage time here at Avenger Park to give Avondale 3 points and to put them well and truly at the pointy end of the NPL Victoria table. And after a hard-fought away game this afternoon, Dandenong Thunder, you would think, are going to be heading 40, 50 Ks home down the Monash Freeway without a point to their name. Or can they grab one back? Let's find out. And is that the final whistle? No, now we've got a bit of niggle. Christos scores in the 95th minute. Could you believe it? And you would have thought there's fisticuffs, handbags at 10 yards going on everywhere here. And without sounding like a primary school teacher, you reckon, especially the Avondale players at this point, you've got the 2-1 win. You just want to get out of it, wouldn't you? It seems to have been pulled apart. It's only going to add time onto the referee's stopwatch. But you can't imagine more than 30 seconds or so to play in this game, as we're ticking over now 97 minutes this afternoon. And the ref's dishing out some cards and tending to gardening duties, as they would say. And it seems that is that for now. Obviously the referee and both assistant referees in on that one. And you'd assume, as we tick into the 98th minute now of the game, only a few formalities to come. And Avondale, a remarkable 2-1 win this afternoon here at Avenger Park. They scored in the first half. Thunder came back in the second. Thanks to Bernardo. Bernardo might have fancied himself for another couple. Certainly wouldn't mind leaving the car park tonight with a brace, and he wouldn't have been undeserved of so, but could not bury the second one in the back of the net. And there is full time. And Avondale, the Avengers, they take home, they're at home. They take back 3 points. It looked almost certain it was going to be a 1-1 draw for most of the second half. Both sides had a crack. In the end, it was Avondale that struck late. They struck sure, and they struck home. Avondale win this one, 2-1. Mark Van Aken with you, NPL Victoria. Don't forget, plenty more action all weekend long on Facebook and also YouTube. See you then.